got the great pleasure to be with the Arizona treasure hunter, Cody.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Cody Drake, man, he's got a great story. He's got a great story he's going to give to me right now. So with that, Cody, man, I'll just let you tell your story and hit it.
Alrighty. So thank you, Terry. You're awesome. Thanks for having me back on again. I love it. So I'm going to tell a ghost story. Now, this is my greatest ghost story. And this occurred after the 58 days, 57 nights alone in the Arizona desert. So to set the scene, it is September in the early 2000s. And after a long day of treasure hunting, I'm camped by the Salt River. There's no storm in sight, and it's pretty much like this right now. It's a clear sky, sunset is not far away, and I'm just about ready to gather up materials to make a fire. Well, a tempest sets in, and that's a very violent storm, kind of like a microburst. It comes out of nowhere, and I'm in a canyon, and that wind is coming in so fast, it's about to rip my tent apart. And the rain is coming in sideways, literally unexpected storm. And so I make the call because I know that a mile to the north, maybe a little bit more than a mile, maybe a mile and a half, there's this Native American ruin on top of a hill. And the walls are still intact, the outer walls. And I've used it in the past to get out of storms. It's the only windbreak out there. And this is still on that rancher's land, deeded land, privately owned property, and I had permission to be there. So I make the call, I grab my tent, and as I'm just getting pelted with hail and rain, I'm shoving my tent into my pack. And I get everything on, I set off up this steep hill, and by the time I crest the hill, it's nighttime. And the storm is at its apex. Now, my flashlight does not work anymore because it was saturated by the rain. My headlamp doesn't work because of the same, and my cell phone doesn't work because it was saturated by the rain. I have no lights, so I'm in darkness, but Mother Nature is on my side. I hike to the Native American ruin through the flashes of lightning in the valley.
Wow. And
I wait for the lightning flashes because there were so many lightning flashes, it was like Mother Nature's symphony. It was a beautiful picture, but it was also terrifying. Yeah. So I wait for the lightning flashes, and I go around a mesquite tree, another flash, I go around like a Palo Verde tree, and I can see the flashes illuminating the ridge line that I'm aiming for. And I've hiked to this ruin at night before, but I had the luxury of a flashlight, headlamp, and all these modern, commodities. And it took me a little over an hour to get there through the storm. And when I finally get inside the walls of this ruin, I collapse against the wall. And I rest there for, I don't even know how long, maybe 15 minutes or so. And then I get my tent out, soaking wet. I set it up. I unroll my blanket, which is soaking wet, and I throw my pack into the tent as my pillow. Everything's soaking wet, I'm soaking wet, and I zip up the tent and I fall asleep. Now, I don't know how long I slept, but I woke up, the storm was over. If you've ever camped in like the Superstition Mountains, the Gila Mountains, the Pinnell Mountains, the Superstition Mountains, you'll know that Phoenix is a big city and it creates a lot of light at night. Now, there was no more storm when I woke up, but there was ambient light coming from Phoenix because it wasn't too far away. And I woke up to something punching me in the face. And in that moment, I'm replaying the situation that's occurring right now. I'm alone in a Native American ruin that I hiked to at night during lightning flashes. I'm on private property with full permission of the landowners. No one's going to be there. And I just got punched in the face. And it's probably like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Wow.
I did what any rational person would do, in my opinion. I drew my revolver and I shot right where the hand was. Because when I woke up, I looked over and I saw an impression of all 5 fingers of someone's hand through the nylon backing away. And that's when I replayed the current events that are happening right now in real time, and I made the call to fire a shot right there. Now, it was point blank range against the tent. It caught the nylon of the tent on fire. And I unzip the tent, I jump out, and I cock the pistol again. There's no one there. There's no more storm. Everything is calm. There's no crickets. There's no cicadas. Just silence. And I'm doing a panoramic. I'm literally scanning around looking for someone, anyone. And the only light inside the walls of this Native American ruin are the lights from the flames of my tent behind me slowly burning to the ground. And they weren't quite yellow flames, they were like almost like a blue flame because it wasn't quite hot enough.
So your tent's burning down.
Tent's burning down.
Wow.
And as I am completing the full circle, there's only one intact room left inside this Native American ruin with one doorway. It's the only one left. Everything else has eroded away to time. And as the flames burn down, and I'm looking right at this room, the flames go dark. I'm in the dark, facing this one room. And from inside that room comes a sound which sent chills down my body. And it was sounded just like this. And I didn't go to sleep again that night.
Wow.
And I didn't hear anything else that night, didn't experience anything else that night. But before this event ever occurred, I didn't believe in religion. I didn't believe in believing. I didn't believe in heaven or hell, none of it. But that night changed my entire outlook on the paranormal. There's something else out there that's beyond our control, which can affect our lives. And that's how I got introduced to ghost hunting, to ghost apparition, the ghost stories, if anything. It was that experience. It was that moment that I realized, yeah, there's something else to this.
Man, you just sent shivering chills down my spine because, I had nothing dramatic like you had, but I was kind of similar. But I had a ghost experience, and it changed my whole way of thinking. Because before that, I'd called people crazy telling the story that I tell now because it just doesn't make no sense. But wow.
Yeah.
Man, we're brothers. We're ghost brothers.
Ghost brothers. Yeah. That's awesome.
Man, thanks for telling that story. But I want to tell people that you have a great website. You have a great YouTube channel. You have a great... man, I am surprised you don't have more subscribers. Show Cody some love, man. Give him some more subscribers because he's got a lot of great content. But on your Facebook page, you write a lot of great articles, man. How do people find you?
Well, you can go on the search engines of YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and just type in the Arizona Treasure Hunter and I'll pop up. And every week on Facebook, I launch lost treasure stories of lost treasures, mines, and buried loot throughout Arizona that you can search for, and a lot of the things that I uncover every single week. Real artifacts from real locations that tie us to our past, which help tell a story of the Wild West and older than that. So,
with that said, Cody, man, thank you for sharing your experiences with us, and that's a wrap.
Thank you, Terry. Have a good one, guys.